the other thing is the weather is always the catalyst for agriculture. So I think that what we talked about with the cliff and all these things in place, but my power buddy trades power, and power traders watch the weather like hawks, as
Yeah.
do agricultural traders, right? And they're all saying to me that could be the greatest El Nino since 1877 this year. So,
Wow.
again, I'm not the weatherman. So don't blame me, or whatever. But that is what I'm hearing, is that there could be a monster El Nino, which combines with what we're talking about with the supply chain, with the fertilizer, the energy, and just could be one of those epic runs. And I actually bought my first agricultural future in 20 years. I bought the September corn uh,
Huh.
on the
Uh,
recommendation of my buddy Nico Hoyt, was on our podcast, and you know, I'm hearing a lot of smart guys talking about this, and I have a pretty good macro nose, and now I'm not in the weeds as much where I could give you the fundamentals to at an articulate level, but Kevin's telling you from the charts, fundamental guys are saying it. Some of my guys who have good noses, so I don't know. This egg trade could be good, and when they run, they really run, don't they, Kevin?
yeah, a good segue because I just put up the monthly chart because I know you like to see all the time frames, as do I. But look at this over here. Look at this up volume spike over the last couple of months. Stock, right? I mean, I'm not the,
Yeah, that's a good
sometimes
looking chart. I buy that chart without even knowing what the ticker was.
and so here we are at, let's call it 28, and back here in 07, 08, when everybody was talking about Potash, Saskatchewan, etc. This is 41, so 42 maybe, and so I mean that's the history, and it looks to me like you don't have a lot of resistance between now and 41, 42. So I'm intrigued and stay tuned.
Okay. Any other ones that you got for us?
Just by update on my REMX, this is the Van Eck rare earth and strategic metals, lithium being the big one. Albemarle, the number one name, is screaming. That looks like a base and a triangle and a pennant, and with volume picking up. So yes, it's. I bought this to January 6th. I can't draw lines because I hate my chart service. I'll talk to them, but I'm up 32% this year in this name. uh, and I'm it looked coiled to hit new highs to me. This also has a pretty good long term chart. Rare earths has been, was in the headlines a lot more before the Iran war started to happen, but lithium is in short supply, and the commodity itself is looking very, very bullish. So I'm holding this. This is about 10%, maybe 11, 12% of my portfolio. This is REMX, the Van Eck Rare Earth and Strategic Metals ETF, lithium being the biggest one, but it owns all the other names I can't pronounce on the periodic table as well. So it's, again, pretty small, not a lot of liquidity in this market. So when the buyers show up, it tends to shoot pretty dramatically, and I think we're in for another leg higher.
Yeah. No, I mean, what do you make of the metals? The other industrial metals have been pretty weak lately. Gold, silver down
Well,
4 or 5% for the month. Copper hasn't really been able to keep a bid. I was there's a couple other ones I think that I was looking at in that space has been weak lately. I think, right?
yeah, no, and I'm very cognizant of that because I look at my ETFs and I rank them by relative strength, and they've all slipped, pretty dramatically over the month. I should have just given my money to our colleague Robert Marston and gone away, uh, but I didn't. So here we are. But this is my copper name, COPJ, the junior miners, and it's the spot is around 590. The high is 620 for spot copper, and I'd love to see it take that out. Frankly, I thought it was going to do that recently, so that attempt has failed. But we and I hate going. Oh, the demand for AI data centers means you need more copper. The electrification of everything, but it's not happening yet. So I'm more than willing to get rid of the good for the great. I still think the copper story long term is very bullish, but I have to pay attention and respect this relative strength weakness right now.
Hi, I'm David Maris. If you like what you just heard, we've tracked every single pick we make on the show, every ticker, every thesis, every entry price, over 1,100 picks and counting. We put it together in a free report with our top 10 performers, the reasoning behind each one, and a preview of our full dashboard. If you want access, the link is in the description.